What's going on? What's up, the nation? It's your man C Dougie. Me and my guy Uncle Quan are here. Thursday night football is about to be approaching here. Less than 45 minutes. Like I said, week 4, season's already here. We ready to get into it. We got a division matchup tonight with the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. So we're gonna talk about it. Talk a little football, get Quan's projections on what tonight's going to bring. Also, talk about a couple matchups going on throughout week 4 and a little bit of recap on week 3. So tell people what's up, Uncle Quan.
What's up, everybody? What be going on, man? It's your boy Q, a.k.a. Uncle Quan. We in this thing, man. I appreciate you bringing me up, Doug. Let's go ahead and get into these hot takes, man.
Yes, sir. Hot takes. Like I said, that's what it is. Let me go ahead and turn the sign on since we on now, man. Like I said, week 1.
That tough, man. That shit is tough.
Hey, like I said, Uncle Quan's birthday. I already promised my guy I got some wall art for him coming. I can't wait till we are back together October 29th for Houston Texans. But my guy's birthday is in December, so I definitely can't wait till he gets that package for. To me, would be his first wall art, but I can't wait for it. But with tonight, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Green Bay's already up 1 game in the division right now. And if Detroit does go into Lambeau like they did last year to not get Green Bay into the playoffs, they'll be in tie for first place right now with the Green Bay Packers. But there's a new regime. There's a new captain or a new alpha in Green Bay and Jordan Love. And I think he's answered a lot of questions right now. A lot of people were skeptical of Jordan Love being a starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I think he's not an Aaron Rodgers, but he learned from one of the best quarterbacks and that's ever touched the pigskin and been one of the best quarterbacks outside of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. So for me, I think it's time for Jordan Love to get the appreciation that he does deserve, but he does go against a tough test of the Detroit Lions and that stingy defense.
That's a fact, Doug. Jordan Love showed me last week, man, and all throughout the season that he can't hang with the big boys. I ain't going to hold you. When we did our season prediction earlier, I had Jordan Love just stinking it up. I'm not going to hold you, man. I didn't know what Jordan Love was going to be, but it makes sense, man. He had a chance to learn behind one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And what do you know, man? He's comfortably adapted to that system over there in Green Bay. They got the pieces around him. And, I mean, they look comfortable right now. Just watching them last week on the stream, watching the Saints and the Packers before the Panthers came on. And I caught the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter, and they were down, man. They were down. But Jordan Love brought them back in the game, and they won it. So, very entertaining, man. This team is a feisty team. They fight to the end. So, I'm impressed by Jordan Love, but like Doug said, tonight that defense is going to be on him, especially Hayden Hutchinson. You know, this is our division rival, so he's going to let him know what's up early in the season.
Correct. Like I said, for me, I think it's going to be a good game. The Green Bay Packers have Aaron Jones coming back, which I think is one of the best dual running backs, meaning catching and running the ball, coming back tonight. And they do have Christian Watson. Outside of Dobbs and Jordan Reed showing up, rookie, that was a wide receiver that I really like coming out this year. So I think this is where we can possibly see the Green Bay Packers at full strength. I know they have a couple of injuries on the defensive side, but again, everybody's known Green Bay for what their offense, being a dynamic offense and their head coach calling those great plays. For me, I think Jared Goff definitely deserves a lot of respect. A lot of people downplayed him coming or getting traded from the LA Rams to the Detroit Lions, but I also have to give credit to their coach and Dan Campbell. Great coach, great hire.
Mm-hmm. Facts, man. I like Dan Campbell a lot. Yeah.
Dan Campbell showed me a lot whenever he was on Hard Knocks. When Hard Knocks came to Detroit last year, you really saw how personable he was as a coach. You really saw how the players bought into the system. And with Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon St. Brown, Reynolds, that team It's still an explosive offense. Just look at why Ben Johnson came back. I think we said this a couple of weeks ago when they played Kansas City. It shows the reason why Ben Johnson came back to Detroit, because he saw what can possibly come out of this team and what this team can do.
Unfinished business, man. Like you said it best, Ben Johnson turned down head coaching jobs just to be back with his boys because he saw something special in them, man. And this offense so far has been clicking. And like Doug said, man, I don't think Jared Goff gets enough credit, man. He one of those underrated quarterbacks that I love to watch, man. I admire his game from every mechanic. I mean, every throw, he's got it, man. He's got it.
He definitely does, man. Like I said, before we go back to recap of week 3, give me, if you can, off the top, if you need more time, we'll go back to it. But give me three players combined that you're looking forward to seeing tonight.
Should I do 3 offense, 3 defense, or 3 overall?
You whichever you want to break it down. You want to do 3 offense, 3 defense, or how you want to do it?
I mean, I'll give you 3 overall.
Okay.
What I'm looking for tonight, I'm looking for Jordan Love to make an impression and compete against his rival team for the first time this year. This is the first time we're seeing the Lions and the Packers. This is a heated division, a new era. So let's see who's going to stamp their dominance in this game today. So we're looking for Jordan Love to lead this team today, especially with Christian Watson back in the lineup. Man, this is a guy who's a stellar receiver, a guy who helped me get a couple of winning slips last season when I just started playing Prize Picks. So shout out to Christian Watson, man. He's a hell of a receiver. He got a bright future ahead of himself. So I'm looking forward to seeing that connection. But let's see Jordan Love, of course. I want to see what Amon-Ra St. Brown can do tonight. You know, he's going up against one of the more stellar corners in the league, Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander is a very stingy corner. Usually when guys go up against him, their numbers are usually bottom tier. So let's see what kind of game Amon-Ra St. Brown can put on. Is he really like that? Can he exploit this coverage? And I mean, can he put on the show today? Can he help out his quarterback tonight? Let's see what he can bring to the table, man. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I want to see Hayden Hutchinson, man. I want to see him bring pressure. And we already called out Jordan Love. Let's see how he can play. But with Hayden Hutchinson in his face, just about every play.
Okay. So I'm not gonna give the same names. Aaron Jones. I talked about how I think he doesn't get a lot of respect. You know why Aaron Rodgers loved him whenever he was in Green Bay. I'm gonna go another running back, Jamar Gibbs.
Yep.
The Detroit Lions trade away Swift. We see what Swift is able to do here with the Philadelphia Eagles. So what was the problem really here in Detroit? So I really think they traded away Swift, and then they took a running back where everybody thought Gibbs would be a late round pick. So I didn't really expect for them to have David Montgomery, a running back that came from Chicago, to be doing what he's doing now and have Gibbs come back. But Gibbs did have a great showing against Atlanta Yes, they played Atlanta last week, and he had 17 carries for 80 yards. So they're finally showing what Gibbs can do. And Gibbs was a definitely dynamic running back out there in Alabama. So then another thing that I really want to look at, I'm looking at the inactives, because you said a name that surprised me that's inactive tonight. The Packers had Jair Alexander out tonight.
Oh, he's out?
He's out. It just came out. Like I said, that's the reason why. So for me, I'm not going to give a player. I'm going to give a position group. I really need to see what DBs really can do against Amon St. Brown, Reynolds, Laporta, the tight end, the rookie tight end they have as well too. So because I think don't they have Rashid Douglas that we used to have the corner still out there. So I mean, he has done great for them in the past years. But you're going against Amon St. Brown, one of the top wide receivers coming out this year. So for my third one with Jair Alexander coming out, I just need that DB room to show me what they can do. I think Gray and the defensive line will do great things, but this game right here is going to be a tough physical game. Tough physical game.
Oh yeah. It's always like that with a division rival too, man.
Hey, we already know we 0-2 right now, but we ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
So let's go into week 3, man. Like I said once, I got the game on right now. They're still warming up, so we're gonna go into game 3 before we do a little bit of live commentary. Gonna have my guy Uncle Quan definitely, be on the live play-by-play with me for a first quarter. So with week 3, how you feeling about the NFL so far? Any surprises? Any surprise players? Any surprise teams? Like how we feeling so far?
Hell, I think the main surprise for everybody around the NFL sports league is, I think we all know what I'm talking about, man. But that 70-point showing by the Miami Dolphins, that's just unheard of, man. You don't just put up 70 on people just casually like that no more. Like, you don't see that. That's like talking about 1960s type shit. So seeing that in today's game was absolutely insane. And when I first saw it, I thought it was like a college. I thought it was a college glitch or something like that. I'm like, nah, that's a glitch. This must be from the college yesterday. And sure enough, man, Dolphins was on one. They was on one. So that was more so like the surprise for me this past weekend. I mean, I knew that was gonna be a blowout, but I didn't think they were gonna blow them out like that.
Well, I'll say this. I even give you this.
Yeah.
We were in the lookies of getting Sean Payton. And I know how Sean Payton really downplayed their old regime, their old GM, their old coach. And for you to get 70 points, like I said, you were live last Sunday, and I'm like, Quan, on the side, I'm like, look at the Miami score. Yeah. And they scored 70 points. And I'm like, you talked all this junk about Nathaniel Hackett. You're throwing Russell Wilson underneath the bus. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you're accountable. You have to have some accountability because you possibly have a disgruntled locker room right now because you're throwing their quarterback underneath the bus. You're the new guy in. Everybody has to respect you. But at the same time, there has to be some type of adjustments. And the next morning, Rex Ryan, and I don't know if people knew, was supposed to be their defensive coordinator candidate for the Denver Broncos. And he said, I'm glad I didn't take the job because if you think about it, 70 points, I don't think we would have gave up that much. But I know the most points I've given up, I think was at 45 or 54. I might got my numbers mixed match with it. But he was like 70 points is outrageous for a defense to give up. Russell Wilson is not the only problem there in Denver. So for me, like I said, that was one take for me. A take so far, and I know people are probably going to be like, what do you mean? I think the Philadelphia Eagles have not clicked yet. And I blame that on losing coordinators. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say the Super Bowl curse, but the Eagles just don't look yet. I'd say the team that, I hate they got a weapon right now, but if San Francisco 49ers look lethal. They look lethal. Mm-hmm. From defense, special teams to offense. Like when Quan and myself did an early season projection, I think we had Miami versus 49ers in the Super Bowl, and it's looking great right now on both ends. I mean, Miami is an injury away, but still right now, we're not wishing injuries on anybody, but it's like I said, I mean, you have a tier where I'll put the 49ers and Miami and everybody else underneath. Yeah, Kansas City is catching fire right now. Kelsey came back. They look to par. Like I said, we have the Eagles still there. You have the Lions here where, they did beat Kansas City in Kansas City. You still have Buffalo. You have the Cowboys. They're all, everybody's going to keep saying the Cowboys this, Cowboys that. But for me, like you said, the talk of the NFL right now is down there in South Beach with the Miami Dolphins, man.
Yeah, man. Just going back to Philadelphia, they got a whole new system, and I realized, like, we're watching that quarterback series, and of course, just observing it over the years. But whenever a quarterback gets a new system, that's like a lot of new verbiage to learn, a lot of new schemes and plays, and it's a lot of different stuff to learn within a short amount of time throughout the offseason. So That can be tough. I mean, but for them to be struggling and still be 3-0 and still be that dominant team that we know them as, maybe not performing as that dominant team, but they got the pieces around there. Hell, they added pieces with guys like Jalen Carter on the other side of the ball. So they look good, man. It's just they got to take some time to click. But I think they're in a good position to do that. I think they're going to catch fire later in the season. Hell, maybe even sooner than that. But again, it's just going to take them time to kind of learn the offense and be more explosive like they usually are.
Yeah, I honestly think it's going to take time, and that's one thing I'm preaching is patience. Yeah, you want your team to win. Yeah, you don't want to be 0-3, but at the same time, it's still early. You got 14 more weeks. We look at all the injuries that are happening. Some of these injuries are major injuries that are actually hurting teams. So at the same time, I'm looking at it as preach patience, but at the same time, there needs to be a sense of urgency. Another team that from one of our JPG members, I'm a Carolina Panther fan, but I love football. I really thought the Baltimore Ravens would be showing out by now. Only reason why I say that is because I have Lamar Jackson as my fantasy quarterback, and Lamar does not look to par right now. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if Lamar just got his bag and he fell off. I don't think it's that. I really think it's just the personnel, and Lamar wanted to be a passer. Like he's always said, everybody just knows me as running this or that, or doing tight end sets.
Yeah. Can I be honest with you with Lamar, man?
Go ahead.
Because I love Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is one of my favorite athletes. But if I'm being real with you, as a passer, he's inconsistent. I mean, we all know that. He's very inconsistent as a passer. He can run his ass off, man. I mean, he just had, 2 touchdowns last week and 116 on the ground or something like that. So we know he can run.
Who they play? Indy? Against Indy, correct.
Yeah. I mean, so we know he's a threat with his legs, but don't be one-dimensional. So they got the personnel. They got Odell. Unfortunately, he's out, but they got Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
You know what I'm saying? They got the receivers around him, and they got one of the best tight ends in Mark Andrews. But as a passer, he's inconsistent. Sometimes he can make some plays. Sometimes he can make those reads and make the proper throws. But other times his mechanics are off. Sometimes he takes off and too soon, and it's a mess. So I don't know, man. He's just a bit inconsistent. I never really believed him as a true passer. But, hey, that's just my take on Lamar.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm dropping the link because I already know we got a couple of people. Like I said, I got DZ already saying, he's saying, don't hold back. The man sucks. I mean, that's what our JPG members, man. Like me and him talk about it every week. I'm like, what's Lamar going to do? Doug, he going to be straight. He going to be straight. And right now, like I said, he's just been not below average, but average right now. And so, like I said, I really need him to pick it up. I know our guy Diesel was saying they're going to go undefeated. It happens. It happens. And to me, it's still early. It's still early. I didn't really think there'd be a dominant team that I just say, oh, this team is going to go undefeated. They're still 2-1. So to me, that doesn't really mean anything because our team is 0-3. Like I said, we're hungry for a win. So be happy with what you got. What's going on, Jamie? What's another game here?
Should I can give you one if you want one.
Go ahead while I look at another one.
Hey, I was very shocked. And when I say shocked, I was shocked that the Texans beat the Jaguars. Now, I thought that was going to be an easy sweep for the Jaguars. I mean, Doug talk about it all the time. That's his dark horse team, the Jaguars. Correct. And this Texans team is, on paper, the weakest in their division. So I thought that was just going to be a walk in the park. Turns out they got drugged. They got drugged through the mud. And not only that, they were in Jacksonville. So that was a more impressive win by the Texans and a more disappointing thing for the Jaguars, at least for me, in my perspective, because they came in there and they got hit in the mouth. And what do you know? That boy CJ Stroud is something else, man. I mean, immediate success. I mean, he's getting it early. He's in a conversation with Cam Newton, and you know what I'm saying, guys like that as far as the passing numbers early in his career. I think he's like number 4 or 5 in the first 3 games in terms of yardage.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
I mean, he balled out 280, no picks yet, 3 games, no picks. I mean, he looks great. But not only CJ Stroud, but that whole entire Texans team. They put it together. And what's the coach name over there? It was
D'Amico Ryan. Yep.
So yeah, he over there, he doing a damn thing, man. He was a hell of a coach with San Francisco, and I'm seeing how this team rallies around him, and they look good right now, man. I think they got a bright future. But yeah, that was a surprising win to see.
All right, KK, you passing the baton to me real quick?
Go ahead, man.
Quan is right. I have been advocating for Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley. I can't think of the running back they got because I'm just so upset. I can't even think of his name right now. Travis Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
I literally thought what Jacksonville showed us playing in Kansas City in the playoffs, they just needed another year. And come to find out they've regressed again. It's early right now, but at the same time, I literally thought Jacksonville will be out the gate right now, leading their division right now. And what Quan's alluding to with them losing last week, they're just not on the right page.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not on the right page. Yeah, Nate, that's one of my sayings. It is early. It is very early. And I think Doug Peterson is the right coach to get them on track. They play this upcoming week against Atlanta Falcons, which I'm already rooting for them because they are in. I think they're overseas, and it's an early morning. early morning game on Sunday. So for me, I think it's early, but I know Doug Peterson is going to get that team on the right track because I think the pieces that they've added, the experience that they got last year, I do think Jacksonville will still be in the thick of things at the end. But right now, I am skeptical of my pick and my dark horse being the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I'm not going to retreat on it, and I'm going to stick with it. Another game that I will go, unless Quan got another one while he thinks, I'm going to go with the obvious, the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that one.
So after I get done with this one, you flip it then and you talk about that one.
I got you.
For me, it wasn't a dire need for the Jets to win, but it was a dire need for Zach Wilson to do a better showing than what he's done. They've already signed a quarterback this week. I want to say he played for the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the young man's name, but they're already transitioning, it looks like, to go into another quarterback. And the locker room is already disgruntled with their head coach because he's backing Zach Wilson. And they're like, no, we need to go get a quarterback. Yes, you got Colin Kaepernick coming out saying, oh, he wants to be on the practice squad. I know people are saying Cam. I've heard the Cam rumors. I heard the Carson Wentz. I've heard the Matt Ryans. They definitely need a quarterback because that's what everybody was looking forward to with the New York Jets, being Aaron Rodgers being their new quarterback. So for me, I didn't expect them to win because I knew Bill Belichick was going to take advantage of that. And that stingy defense that the Patriots have, I can't wait till Sunday to see it in person when they play Dallas. I think that's going to be a defensive game. But at the same time, I do think Zach Wilson has too big of a shoes to fill. And I think that New York media, the attention that they got during Hard Knocks, I'm not saying it's too big for him, but the stage is set. So anything that he does that does not reach that pedestal or doesn't reach that expectations that people want, he's going to fail in anybody's eyes. And right now, it's not looking too good. You saw what he did against Dallas, and in the following week, you saw what he just did against a division opponent where they just lost the game. Now they're 0-2 in their division. So for me, the Jets, it's not like I always say, it's not time to push the panic button, but it's a time of urgency.
Mm-hmm. I know this might be a little off topic, but they got Barry Sanders. They're showing Barry Sanders and
Marshawn Lynch.
Man, looking at two legends. Ran the ball angry. But I know one thing.
And then two different playing styles as well.
Yeah. Facts. I know one thing I'm tired of seeing and tired of hearing about. that dang on Taylor Swift situation. I'm sick of it. I am sick. They
Well,
made this. They made
it's
this
good
like
media for Travis though, because
yeah.
Travis jersey sales have went through the roof because of Taylor Swift fan base.
That's crazy. Like don't nobody give a damn about none of that. Like
Yep.
I don't know. NFL just been very TMZ with this man all week.
Yep.
All right, man, we get it, bro. Travis is messing with the rock star, whatever.
Yep.
What that got to do with anything?
Yep.
But
You're
anyway,
right.
man. Moving on to another take, man. That I'm surprised that you didn't bring up. I mean, of course, you brought him up a couple times, but Dallas, man, Dallas lost to a team
Arizona.
that's really not supposed to get any wins this year.
Yep.
And a backup quarterback at that. So that right there really shocked me. That was more shocking than Denver getting beat. Well, nah, never mind. I take that back. It wasn't. But more shocking than the Jaguars loss, man. So
for me, it was a setup because I'm gonna use that on Sunday.
Man.
I'm gonna use that on Sunday when I go to the game. So for me, that game right there, Quan, we were live because we were playing Seattle. And Quan was like, Doug, like, are you watching the game? Because I had the Carolina game on my phone and laptop, and I was watching Dallas and Arizona. For me, you can't never underestimate any opponent. You're in the league. This is not college. This is not high school. It looked like a lackluster performance. You took a team not seriously, and they exposed you at home. Then your quarterback threw an interception at a crucial time with 3 people in coverage. He can't do that here on Sunday here in Dallas against Bill Belichick. Man. Because it's already, you're going against Ezekiel Elliott, which I'm not saying Zeke is going to bust and be like 200 yards revenge game, but Zeke is going to come with a punch. And I feel like it's going to be a very competitive game. It's going to be a defensive game. And also, people have to remember Trayvon Diggs is gone. So you saw that loss where you have 2 lockdown corners or so-called lockdown corners with Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs. And now with Diggs being gone, they had Bland as their other corner. He got exposed a lot. So it's going to be an interesting game on Sunday. I am glad that I will be in the house to bring that environment and that coverage to the channel. Like I said, that was a game Dallas was not supposed to lose.
Yeah, man.
And then in the division that they're in with Philly, with Washington, with the Giants, you need wins with non-division opponents to help in that overall record. And that loss right there may have cost them in the long run of matching up against Washington, that's looking good right now, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So for me, it's like, it was a waste opportunity, if that makes sense. So with you saying that, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Also, man, if you guys have not already subscribed, hopefully you have subscribed to the Parent Transparency Uncle Quan. Head over there, hit that subscribe button for my guy. He'll be doing live play-by-play on Sunday for the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. And then I will be at the game, the Patriots versus the Cowboys. So I'll be up there with them, tagging along, possibly getting dressed, show my face before I head out. But definitely tune into both our channels on Sunday. It'll be some great coverage, some great content. Definitely pull up to the channel. Tell Uncle Quan what's up, what you think. Like I said, he'll be covering the game, but he'll love for anybody to come up and just, dialogue with him and just tell him what's up, man.
Yeah, y'all pull up, man. Y'all pull up.
So let's go ahead and go into week 4. Outside of, obviously, the Lions and the Packers playing right now, what is a game that you're looking forward to outside of Carolina? We're going to leave the Carolina tape right before we get off. But what's the game that you're looking forward to going into week 4?
I'm looking forward to this division rival, man, between the Dolphins and the Bills. These are 2 high-power offenses, 2 teams that could potentially make the playoffs. They might even see each other again in the playoffs for a third matchup. I am looking forward to this. I mean, undefeated Dolphins, 2-1 Bills, two great quarterbacks with stellar weapons on the perimeter. I think this is going to be a fun game to watch, man. I really do. I can't wait to. Matter of fact, I think on Prize Picks, I'm going to do a ticket just for that game, man. So a lot of opportunities to make some money off of that game, and just going to be a pure entertaining game, man. And let's see what else we got in the lineup. Everything.
All right, let me switch one. Let me switch one for you. All right, so if you got, I hope I don't take yours.
Oh, yeah. No, you good.
All right, so the game that I looked at, and it's a season or season debut for this particular player on this particular team, and I think they need him with the injuries. Is Tampa Bay versus the Saints?
We on the same page, man.
All right, so look at another. You got another one. So for me, this particular game is very important. Derek Carr is out with a shoulder injury right now. Alvin Kamara comes back from his 3-game suspension. Then you have Tampa Bay coming off the Monday night loss. Even though they were kind of in the game, I just felt like that. I mean, Dallas, the Eagles just had that. They just took over the game later throughout the game to just push through. So I think that game is in NOLA. The only thing that I will say with NOLA is it's hard to play in New Orleans. It's hard to play in I don't know. I forgot what Superdome they got. Now it's a Caesar. I think Caesar Superdome.
No, not Caesar Palace. It's just Caesar.
Okay, Caesar. So I think Jameis Winston being the quarterback, we know how Jameis is. No, he's not a Derek Carr. They both are turnover gurus. What I mean, throwing the ball, giving out picks.
Turnover specialists.
Yes, specialists. But I do think Alvin Kamara, I'm not going to get a high expectation saying that he's just going to take over the game. But I think them getting their premier running back and with Jamal Williams being out, I think that does bring another dynamic to this team. It brings another weapon. You already have Olave, Michael Thomas, and Raheem Shaheed. You see how fast that young man was when he just did a punt return last week against the Packers. So for me, that is a game that is important, just not for the league to see how the Saints are going to do, because a lot of people do think the Saints are going to win a division, but it also does good for us as Panther fans because we have to know what these two teams are going to look like. No, nobody thought Baker Mayfield would look the way he has looked so far. He's looked to par, but I saw some of the old habits of Baker when he played against the Eagles this past Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have said that any better. Like, you literally hit on every point that I had with that game and why I'm looking forward to it, man. So don't need to say anything further about that, man. I'm looking forward to looking at that game and looking at how it turns out. I hope it turned into a tie just because I don't like neither teams. Just because, man. But moving on to another game, I really wish I could get eyes on this game, but unfortunately it's at 1:00. And I don't watch any other team other than my Panthers. I don't care what our record is. I don't care what the matchup is. I'm always going to watch my Panthers over any team in the NFL, any team, period. But the Steelers versus the Houston Texans, I am actually interested to see that game because C.J. Stroud is going against a mean defense. Yeah. Mean defense. And, I mean, you got T.J. Watt over there who ended our quarterback's literally whole career. So,
correct.
How is he going to play? Because I think CJ's weakness is he's very stagnant in the pocket. If you don't get rid of the ball quickly, I mean, he's on the ground. I mean, that he don't really have like the strongest offensive line. So with pressure in his face, with disguised coverage, with a better secondary, how is CJ Stroud going to hold up against this Steelers team? And who's going to come out on top? I mean, will the Texans gain momentum from that last win, or was that a fluke? I'm interested to see how that game turns out.
So that particular game, I know, and I'm not putting words in my guy's mouth. He is going to support CJ Stroud, the player. But when it comes to Bryce and CJ playing on that October 29th, I can guarantee you he's going to be all Bryce. But I actually like what Quan is saying because CJ, he started out with it. CJ Stroud has done great in Houston so far. And for him to go against, as he has already said, a defense that is known for stingy defense underneath Mike Tomlin, I'm definitely expecting Tomlin to definitely gear up those blitzes for him to see if he can go through his progression. You do have Kenny Pickett on the other side. That is a question mark. where if Kenny Pickett does give CJ Stroud great field position, he's going to take advantage of it. But you're looking at another defensive game because you have Mike Tomlin and you have DeMeco Ryans on the other end, on the other side. So that game right there is going to be a defensive game, and it's going to be very interesting as well. Another game that I got, Quan. I scrolled down
real quick before you move on.
Go ahead.
Just to go over CJ. So with CJ, man, the reason why I'm rooting for him personally, man, because this was a guy who I was able to watch all throughout. I don't watch a lot of college ball, but the little bit that I did watch, I watched Ohio State, and that's kind of how I discovered who CJ was. So I was always a fan of CJ before he entered the draft, before we traded up to number 1, before I even knew we had a chance to get him. I was always a fan of CJ Stroud, and I always said it was going to remain that way no matter where you go, whether we get him or he end up somewhere else. So I'm always going to be rooting for that, man. But it's at the end of the day, man, it's definitely going to be Bryce. And once you come up against my team, you're out. Like Doug said, man, because once you come to town, it's Bryce and the Panthers.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's where I'm at with it with CJ.
Well, this particular matchup that I'm about to speak of, it is a primetime game, but I think primetime is like, we probably should have waited, but they can't. Kansas City Chiefs go visit the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium.
Yes.
I
know like Zach Wilson. Man.
Yeah, that was going to be a great matchup. Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
The old statesman, the old sheriff. Yeah, the old sheriff going against now the face of the NFL and Patrick Mahomes. I still think it'll be a good game because of the Jets' defense. But outside of that, it's not going to be a good game. It's not going to be a good game because
I don't see that being a close one either.
I think it'll be close in the beginning, but the Chiefs just have too much firepower. The Chiefs just have too much firepower. Too much firepower. And I think this is another game where Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce get on track again. Also, a three-headed monster that they have in running backs when you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, McKinnon, and Pacheco, I think they're going to run the ball as well too. But I did expect if Aaron Rodgers was there, they're going to just have Patrick Mahomes try to outshine Aaron Rodgers. And I really wish that was an opportunity that we did get to.
Man.
Because that is fireworks galore for that game. Fireworks galore. But before we continue, the game is about to come on, Uncle Quan. Tell me who you got winning, or they got Weezy coming out.
For this night, for tonight's game, man, I think Detroit pulls this one out. Okay, you got. I think Detroit pulls this one out. Look at his little ass. I'm about sick of his ass too, man.
Don't worry about it because he gonna be in Boulder on Saturday too, so don't worry about it.
I know.
Don't even worry about it. He gonna perform again.
I see the thing about Lil Wayne, man. He pissing me off because every time I get on ESPN, he talking shit about our team, especially Bryce. Every time he can't even give me a real analysis or a breakdown of why he think we might be unsuccessful or successful. He literally sit up here. Yeah, man, I think he just too small, man. He's too small, man. I say something else. Like, what the fuck, bro? We all been talking about his height and his size, bro. Like, the whole Bryce is small thing is so old to me, bro. It's
old. He can take a lick. He can take a lick. I just seen it in person.
And people say, hey, you can't see over the line. What are y'all watching? What are y'all watching? He can't see over the line.
We seen it in practice, and now we seen it in live games. So if you haven't seen it in a live game, it's totally different than what the TV is trying to show you.
But yeah, man, Lil Wayne with those takes, man, it irritated my soul, bro. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. But yeah, every time he talking about us, he talking some kind of shit, man.
So you got the Lions?
I got Lions winning in tonight's game.
All right. Well, so we definitely split. I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
Green Bay winning at home.
I think with Aaron Jones coming back and Christian Watson coming back, and As you see right now, Titletown is going to be loud. Lambeau Field is definitely going to be loud.
Oh yeah,
Definitely loud. And I
it's
think
always loud.
I think their fans really see why they let Aaron Rodgers go. But again, he's no Aaron Rodgers. He's no Aaron Rodgers.
He said,
But the crazy thing about it is y'all saying that, but when he was doing the impression, y'all gotta remember Weezy got dread, so I can literally see. I can see that. I'm like, you really killed the impression because the dreads and then the voice. I was like, man.
Yeah, man, I can't stand that man. Hey,
So,
great music though. Legend. He a legend. Raw.
yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
raw. I think he's one of the best up there, if not the best, man. But in my opinion. But all the other shit, man, he get on my damn nerves, man.
But now we're gonna drop the link if you want to come up. We're just continue. Like I said, Uncle Quan and I, we are going to commentate the first quarter, and then we're gonna head out of here. Again, as one of our JPG members said, like Queen said, if you have not hit the like button, oh no, I hit the wrong one. I'm sorry, hit that like button for us. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe to the channel. Also, head over to the Panthers Experience with Uncle Quan as well, man. Hit that subscribe button for my guy as well. Every week, I know we're supposed to be doing it Wednesday, but I'm liking the Thursday format because we can talk, Thursday night football and go into a little recap going into the next week. So I think every Thursday we're going to do NFL takes. We will have a special guest next week. We will drop the thumbnail on Twitter and on the channels. We cannot wait till we meet up with these young gentlemen. I'm not going to give it away, but these gentlemen we met in person. So next week's NFL Takes is going to be a great one, and cannot wait till we collab with these young gentlemen as well, man. But trying to think. So we go ahead and talk about it while we wait for the game. If we got to pause on, we can pause on it. Carolina is 0-3, Quan. Andy Dalton did show out in Seattle, which I have to give people credit. I have to give Nate credit. I do have to give Quan was saying Andy was going to do, great and all this and that. But do you understand how fans are saying let Andy start rather than having Bryce start? Do you understand? I mean, do you, or let me say, do you think it's fair? And the reason why I'm asking that because I'm shocked at what the quote Thomas Brown said today. He said you can see the sense of urgency out of Bryce and coming back from practice. And even Bryce said it was a different element that he was in, standing on the sideline and seeing somebody else start. So for me, the question I'm asking, do you think Andy should start and we just let Bryce take another week to get healthy? Or if the young man is healthy, it's time for him to get back behind center?
Where I'm at with it, I can definitely understand everybody else's perspective. Everybody's just advocating for Andy Dalton to go ahead and take the start for this week. And I mean, that's understandable. I mean, he balled out 361 in the air, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and QBR was solid, but we threw 58 times. So
too much.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of throws, man. So where I'm at with it, if Bryce is healthy and this is our guy moving forward, I say throw him back out there because I mean my thing with Bryce, he learns on the go. You know what I'm saying? That's just me as a counselor and as like a teacher. Mm-hmm. I feel like the best way for somebody to learn is to get hands-on. Like even when I'm teaching somebody spades, I know a lot of people got a stigma with teaching spades. I don't mind teaching that shit. So the best way I teach it is, hey, jump in so that you can actually get hands-on. But that's besides the point. My point is let Bryce get his reps and let him continue to learn on the go and let him get out there, man. I mean, if this season is not going to be what we expect it to be, whatever, man. Let's just let Bryce learn and just move forward and get used to our weapons because we got to build chemistry. Because even if he sits out, we got to come back and we still got to rebuild that chemistry regardless. So why not do that now and then move into the next year or move into the late stretch of the season and just build the chemistry and be better, That's where I'm at with it. Just put Bryce out there, let him start. I mean, we're playing against Minnesota, who has a pretty bad defense,
terrible defense,
pass game. So I think this is be a lot easier for Bryce to exploit their coverage and pick them apart. And I think this game will tell us a lot. How can Bryce hold against a defense that's not that good? We done seen two defenses back to back that was pretty much smothering our receivers, and they were on Bryce's ass. So how is it going to be this week with Minnesota? Let's see how he performs. And hey, I say put him out there, bro. Put him out there.
All right, so the game has started. Do you want to, since you got Detroit, do you want to do play-by-play for Detroit and I'll do Green Bay?
We can do it that way, but Doug, this time around, man, your TV is faster than mine.
Okay. Okay.
I'm in the
All right,
room. I'm in the room, man, and our room TV is like it's a little slower than the one in the living room. Granted, that shit is fast out there, though.
All right, so this what I'm gonna do then. I will do it, and then if you see something, then you can be like, Doug, this or that. So we'll just flip it. We'll just flip it this time.
I mean, yeah, I'll take the Lions.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. If you see something,
on that first play, it was a tackle for a no gain. It was a handoff tackle for no gain. All right, we got breaking the huddle. We got Jared Goff in the gun. Here we go. Got Reynolds in motion. It's a handoff. Fake the handoff. It's a bubble screen. That play was wrapped up in the backfield.
It was wrapped
up in the backfield. Douglas made the play in the backfield. That's about a loss of 2 or 3. 3rd down and 12 coming up. Ironically, the Lions was my first live play-by-play on the channel. That was against the Chiefs.
Against the Chiefs.
Oh,
my God.
We got Goff, empty set. Goff drops back. He got time. Oh, down the middle is an interception. Early interception, early adversity. Man.
Already.
If you took the interception for Jared Goff, you just cleared. Dang.
Already. I couldn't even believe.
First drive.
It wasn't nothing open. It was nothing open.
Dang. Let's see where he was trying to go. Okay.
He was trying to go to St. Brown.
Yeah. He just snuck up on it, man. He didn't even see him coming.
All right, so we got Jordan Love in shotgun. It looks like Dobbs in motion. Aaron Jones in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm still looking at replay. It's just fast.
Jordan Love is in motion. Just a throwaway. I think this next play right here is going to definitely be a run for the Packers to get Jones back acclimated in the run game. But I also like their tight end and Musgraves. I know we were talking when we're talking draft prospects of us possibly drafting a tight end, and Musgraves coming out of Oregon State has definitely done great for it's empty set. Jordan Love doing an audible right now. Doing a check. Pressure in the pocket. Already got a sack.
I was just about to say, man, on that first play, I like how he got.
Hutchinson already got his first sack of the game.
Shout out to Hutchinson. I like Hutchinson, man. I like him a lot, man. Damn.
Yeah.
He jacked this man up, low key. He jacked him up.
So far right now, we're looking at a defensive game. Definitely like those type of games.
Damn. And that's crazy. I was just about to say how I like how Jordan Love can escape the pocket, but that pocket.
They're trying to keep him in the pocket too long. Yeah. Just don't throw out. I think that's Reed. No, that's not Reed. That's Dobbs. Gain of 8 yards right there. So 4th and 10, and so now the PAT is out.
I think when we play Detroit, man, we're gonna have to get Bryce to roll out of the pocket a lot.
Because if he stands in the middle, If he stands and just stands back there in La La Land,
Hayden Hutchinson, man, that shit.
Somebody
see how
gonna
big he is
on him.
compared to Bryce? Damn, boy.
Somebody is gonna tee off on Bryce.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 3-0 Packers early with 12 minutes to go.
I will say that, man. I that's one thing about Bryce that got me holding my breath after every hit. Like his size and his frame. Yeah, he can take a hit, but like I want him to bulk up, man. Playing quarterback.
Oh, he will. He definitely. Well, we saw the difference when he got drafted, and we were able to go to training camp, and you were able to go even more to training camp to see it. So he's definitely bulked up, but he hasn't had a full NFL offseason. Shout out to you, Queen. Like I said, no win, have no meeting. That is a prop. Let me see what props. I'll tell you what I got while we got commercial. I just did a 6-man ticket, Queen. I didn't do a total 2-man. I'm gonna do 2-man for Sunday because I really feel like it's gonna be a lot of good games out here on Sunday. Prize picks. So I got Aaron Jones combination of rush and receiving 67. Jordan Love more than 1.5 touchdowns. Excuse me. Jared Goff throwing for over 130 passing yards first half. Amon St. Brown first half 7.5 fantasy points. Josh Reynolds 32.5 receiving yards, and Christian Watson 36.5 receiving yards. Quan, you got anything? Did you put anything in tonight?
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I can't even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you post it in the group?
Yeah.
All right, I'll read it out. Give me one second. I'll read it out.
I posted a game ticket for tonight, and then I posted a Sunday ticket too.
Okay, here I'm about to go look right now.
Did I? I think I posted a game ticket.
Yep, you did. I think this. Hold on. I think this you. I think this you. I think you did. Give me one second. I think that was you. I don't want to read somebody else's ticket. Let's see.
See, this shit scares me, bro. That shit scares me, man. Like these big dudes can literally just wrap them up at like full speed, though.
Yeah, but he can take a hit though. He can take it though. All right, real quick before because it's about to come back. So Quan got Jared Goff throwing for over 255 yards. Josh Reynolds over 33 receiving yards. Riley Patterson making 2 field goals here. No, that's the other kicker. Roman Dobbs 3.5 receptions. Jordan Love more than 16.5 rushing yards. And Jaden Reed more than 38 passing yards.
I took his rush yards.
Yep. Rush yards 16.5. I mean, he's able to rush. He's just trying to stay in the pocket too much.
Yeah. I ain't worried about that. I mean, I didn't remember taking that. Like I said, man, today, man, this week been long, bro. It's been a long week, man.
Boy, who you telling?
Long
who you telling? I'm so ready. Once we get off, I'm about to go right back, put the game on, and go back to baseball, man. To decompress. Cause man. All right. That's a bet, DZ. DZ, if you want to come up or text it to me so I can read it out to the chat. If you want me to text it to me or text it in the in the JPG group so we can read it out.
Hey, same. DZ, my shit's looking good too, bro. I had Christian McCaffrey on there, Justin Jefferson.
You already cleared one. You got Adam Thielen cleared.
Yeah, that's for the season though. But the sprints, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, McCaffrey,
Gibbs,
Brian Burns.
Quan, look at this run by Gibbs. Look at this run right here by Gibbs.
You know what's not fair though?
What?
They got Gibbs and Jameson Williams over there. Both guys who played with Bryce, who was explosive weapons.
Who got? Oh yeah. But Jameson Williams is suspended for 8 games, right?
Yeah, he is. But still, once that suspension over, I think he's gonna come back nice, man. At least I think so.
Them D tackles making it tough. Them D tackles are making it tough for Montgomery and Gibbs to get yards. But Gibbs just showed what you got to do. He bounced that ball outside and was able to get almost a 7-yard gain. He almost fumbled. Let's see.
Hey, Doug, I'm gonna get off in about 5 minutes so I can get some dinner in me.
Okay. Bet. So, like I said, we definitely appreciate everybody pulling up. I'm gonna ask Quan this. So we with my guy about to get off, what do you expect for Sunday? I already know if you guys have not checked out Uncle Quan's videos that he gives you a preview of what matchups to look for and gives you a score prediction. I think that's every Friday. Definitely, like I said, head over to his channel. Even if you're not a Panthers fan, he does great content, goes to games, does great vlogs, and like I said, he does great game by game commentary. So with Sunday with Minnesota, I'm not gonna get your score prediction because I don't want to take away from the content. But what do you expect? Let me say that.
So yeah, man, shout out to you. I will be dropping that video probably sometime in the morning tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned for that. But what I'm expecting overall, man, I'm expecting for us to be able to hang with them. Honestly, if we're going against a sorry pass defense, I want our pass game to actually take off. But not just our pass game. I want us to run. We need to be able to run.
That was a bullet.
Damn, good play. And did I take the tight end?
I didn't see it on that one.
I hesitated with him.
See, I just picked him on my fantasy team 2 weeks ago. I got him on the bench right now. And then I have Kelsey too. So you know what I'm about to do, double up.
That was a dime, bro. Like I said, Goff can make those throws, man. He can make all kind of throws. All kind of throws, man.
Here we go.
But yeah, I want to see us run, man. We need to run the ball.
Hold on, you need to watch this.
Oh,
you need to watch this.
And we had Amon-Ra St. I think I had him going for a touchdown. So damn, that was a quick strike.
We had him fantasy right there. I had him on a fantasy for first half fantasy, and I think he just cleared.
Smooth.
So, like again, I appreciate everybody that stayed to the end.
He was wide.
He was wide open.
Did you see the move he just put on him? God damn!
He made him fall.
That was filthy, bro. That was filthy. Like he stopped on a curl, low key, and then turned right back around.
You want to know how this start is reminding me of? This start is reminding me of when they played Kansas City.
Yeah. He pouring beer on the man.
And then he started to get settled in. So I'm gonna change the screen real quick. Again, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I definitely appreciate my guy Uncle Quan. Like I said again, we have NFL Takes Week 5 next Thursday with special guests joining us. Again, if you have not headed over to his channel, definitely head over there tomorrow and Sunday. Check the content out. Also here at What's Up, Doug, we will be live. We might do a couple of shorts. I might go live a little bit on the phone with Quan so he can see we are able to go live. So not sure if we're going to do that, but we will have content dropping from the recap of the Patriots and Dallas Cowboys here in Arlington. Again, we appreciate all the love here. What's up, Doug? I definitely appreciate my guy. Appreciate my community, our community, and our JPG family. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe. Stay tuned.
Appreciate y'all pulling up. Hit that like on your way out if you haven't.